the cat done dragged in. I'm so excited to be back to YouTube. If you're new here, welcome. My name is MJ. If you've been here, you already know what's going on. I have been away. I will make another video of my life updates, but I'm just going to jump right up into this tutorial. Today we're doing a soft glam, so I'm going in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in the shade medium brown, and I'm just filling in my brows. I prefer a soft brow on myself. I don't like a big boxy Instagram brow, so I'm just going in with hair-like strokes, and I'm taking my time. As you can see, once the brow is filled into my liking, I'll go into the front of the brow, and I'm just using a very light hand to fill in the front. I like an ombre effect on my brows, light in the front and dark towards the tail. Once it's completed, I'll go in with the spoolie on the tip of that brow pencil, and I'll just brush the product through, and boom, look at that brow. I know that's right. Now I'm going to go in and repeat those same steps with my other brow. Once I'm finished with my brows, I go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium Tan Golden to clean up these brows. I'm just using a flat concealer brush. This way my brows will look nice and crisp. I like to take my time during this part because I do not want the concealer to run over into my brow hairs. If that happens, my brow will be messed up, and it's kind of hard to cover the pencil with the concealer. So like I said, take your time. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other brow. I'm making sure that my entire eyelid is covered in concealer. This will help me prep for my eyeshadow that I will be putting on in a few minutes. I'm taking my time and I'm just blending it down, dragging it in, making sure that it's perfect and flawless. I do not want any creases, because if I have any creases, it's going to be kind of difficult to apply my eyeshadow. Brows are always my favorite part of doing makeup, so I take my time and I take pride in the brows that I create on people and even on myself, because I feel like that's the first thing that people notice. So put your all into those brows every single time you do them. Once my concealer is all over my lid, I'm just going to go in with the blending brush from e.l.f. I'm going to pat all that product in. This way it'll set into place, and all I need to do is apply my eyeshadow. So far so good. I'm telling y'all, this was a very nice beat. I hope you guys are enjoying this tutorial so far. We about 3 minutes in, and we got a couple minutes to go. Now I will be going in with the concealer from e.l.f. I do not remember the specific shade name, but I like to use a lighter shade when prepping for my eyeshadow because the colors will appear brighter. Once I have that eyeshadow placed on my lid, I'll go in with the blending brush to blend that concealer in place. I like to take my time when I'm blending out this concealer because I do not want any patchiness or any harsh lines. Now it's time to apply my eyeshadow. I'm going to be using two bronzers for today's look from the company colored Raine. I'm using the shades Charming Chai and Cinnabae. I want Charming Chai to be pretty built up. I don't want to lose any of this color, so I'm going in with a blending brush and I'm just packing it onto my lid and blending it in. Once that color is packed on the way I want it to be, I'm going in with the shade Cinnabae and I'm going to apply that directly into my crease. This is a soft cut crease look, so I'm not doing any precision work. So I'm just building up that crease the way that I want it to be. And I'm going to go in with the white concealer shade, that same shade from e.l.f. And I'm going to pack that onto my lid. And this is what will give it that soft cut crease look. I'm taking that same blending brush and I'm going to pat that concealer into place, so this way it can dry down and it can set for me while I work onto my other eye. When I'm packing the concealer onto my lid, I am following the shape of my crease. The only difference is I'm not using a flat concealer brush to have those precise lines when I am doing a cut crease. So I'm just taking that blending brush and I'm taking my time to apply it in, and it's giving. I really did like this look. I love a soft look. I never really get to wear eyeshadow, but if I was to wear eyeshadow, maybe like on a date or something, this would be my go-to look. Once I was finished that first eye, I started feeling myself. I said that this year I was going to definitely start to step out of my comfort zone and do things that I don't normally do. And this is one thing I don't ever do, is wear eyeshadow. So when I finished that first eye, I'm looking like, ooh, girl, you look good. You should start doing this more often. So I'm feeling it. My playlist was hitting. I'm all singing. The head is going back and forth. And I'm really just starting to get into the mood, get into my vibe. And I'm moving on with the beat.
Anything you want from me, anything you want, anything you need, anything you so desire, anything comes.
Before I finish up my eyes and apply my eyelashes, I just go back and forth between those two colors, and I make sure that everything is blended in. I want to make sure that the concealer is exactly where I need it to be placed, so I can top it off with some white eyeshadow. This is the most important part, is blending. Make sure you blend everything in. You don't want any harsh lines in your eyeshadow. So take your time. I'm going in with the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette, and I'm using the white shade. And I'm going to apply this white shadow in pat motions. I'm doing this because I do not want that white eyeshadow to appear patchy on my lid. So I'm just doing the same thing on both eyes. Now that that white shade is applied all over my lid, I'm going back in with Cinnabae, and I'm going to apply this with a smaller crease brush from Morphe. And I'm going to apply this directly into my crease. I want the white shade and Cinnabae to melt into each other. I kind of want it to just be like a doom 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 effect. Charming Chai, Cinnabae, white eyeshadow. Perfect, flawless, very soft. I have really been into smoky eyeliner lately, so I'm going in with the Inglot Gel Liner in the shade 77, and I'm going to apply that directly to my lash line. To set this in place, I'm going to use a black eyeshadow, and I'm going to place it directly on top of that gel liner. This will prevent the gel liner from transferring into my eyeshadow when I decide to open up my eyes fully. When I'm applying that black eyeshadow on top of my gel liner, I'm applying it in smudging motions, and this will make the eyeshadow appear more smoky. Like I said, I have been loving the smoky eyeliner lately. I think it gives the eyeshadow a pop. I'm not a wing liner girl. Wing liners are not my friend, so I stay away from them and they stay away from me. I actually tried to do a smoked out wing in this video, but I'm being honest, it did not work out well, so I took this look a different direction. Wing liner is very, very difficult. No. I'm gonna stay away from there, like I said. I'm finally done with my eyeshadow, and now it's time for me to apply my lashes. I'm using a lash glue by the name of Muse Lash, and I get this from Amazon. This is one of my favorite lash glues. I like to apply my glue directly to my lash line. Our body temperatures are always warm, which allows the glue to heat up faster and dry, and all I need to do is pop my lashes directly on top. I apply a fair amount of glue because I want my lashes to last all throughout the day. Sometimes there may be issues with the corner sticking, and I really don't have time for that. I don't want to be out and my lashes poking up and people staring at me. So I want to say I apply maybe like 1 to 2 layers of glue and let that dry down for a few seconds, and then I pop my lashes directly on top. The lashes that I'm using today are Over the Top Honey Extra. Do you see them lashes? And one thing I will say is that when I'm quiet, I definitely do be working. These lashes will be a part of my brand. I always have clients ask me, you know, what lashes do you use or where do you get them from? So I decided that I should just put these, you know, make these a staple in my kit and offer these to you guys for either in packs or maybe in individual cases. I'm just still trying to decide and work everything out. But when I have all the details worked out, they will be for sale. Alright, back to the makeup. I'm going in with the Inglot Gel Liner 77. I'm applying that into my waterline. And I'm going to take Cinnabae and I'm going to smoke that eyeliner out. This will kind of bring more attention to my eyes and also give that eyeliner and my waterline a smoky effect that I'm going for. I'm going to top off this eyeliner by applying some mascara to my bottom lashes. My bottom lashes are already pretty long, so I just go and I add a couple coats to give my eyes a little bit more drama, and boom, the eyes are done. It's time to move on to the base. When I do my makeup, I prefer a matte finish. I do not want any oils to creep through my face throughout the day, so I'm going in with the e.l.f. Primal Grip Primer, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face. First, I'm going to apply it with my hands. I'm going to pat it in, and then I will further blend it out with a sponge. Matte is always my go-to. I do not like a dewy look because I used to have really oily skin, so I was always trying to figure out what my lane was. Was I a dewy girl or was I a matte girl? And as I got older, I feel like matte was my lane, so this is always my go-to face. Once I have my primer blend in, I'm going to go in with 2 shades from Nars. I'm going to use Tahoe and I'm going to use Valencia. I'm going to apply these with a flat concealer brush. This will give me an even amount of coverage. I'm a full coverage type of makeup artist, type of girl. I don't want to see any dark spots, although I don't have any anymore, thank God. But I want my face to be even, fully covered. Beat down, bust down. It looks like I'm applying a lot of foundation to my face, and that's because I am, and that's the definition of full coverage. So once I have all that foundation on my face, I'm going in with a cheek brush from Real Techniques. I like to use this brush because it gives off more of a full coverage when I'm blending out product. And once I have it fully blended with the brush, I'm going to follow it with a sponge just to make sure that everything is melted and blended into my skin. And as you can see, it's really giving like, I can't believe it's not butter, girl. I dampen my sponge before I start to do my makeup. I like to use a damp sponge because it makes it easier when I'm blending out the product, and it gives more of an airbrush finish. And I really did like these 2 shades together. I would normally use Syracuse and Tahoe, but I wanted to switch it up today and add Valencia into the mix, and I was pleased. I don't like the fact that I was late to the Kevyn Aucoin concealer party. Like, nobody has ever told me about these concealers before. Maybe they did and I just didn't pay attention, but where have I been, under a rock? These are the best concealers I have ever used in my life. You want to talk about coverage? I use the shade SX05 and it really took my breath away. I love these concealers. I don't know. I think I'm about to throw everything else in the trash, and this is the only thing I'm going to be using from here on out. I'm applying this concealer directly to my under eye, and I'm going to allow it to sit for a few minutes. While this is sitting and setting into place, I'm going to go ahead and start contouring my face. Going in with some contour, I'm going to be using Black Opal Mineral Matte Cream Powder Foundation in the shade 640, and I also mixed that with a Putty Bronzer from e.l.f. in the shade Sunkissed. I'm going to apply this to my cheekbones. I like my face to be snatched and chiseled. I'm also going to apply this to my forehead, and I'm applying it in pat motions. While I'm applying it, I also want to be blending it in. This way I won't have to deal with any harsh lines being left on my face, and you won't be able to tell where my contour started and where my foundation ended. Now I'm moving on to my nose contour. I didn't really used to be a nose contour type of girl, but I've been getting into it recently. So I'm just taking those same 2 shades and I'm using a flat brush from Morphe, and I'm just going to contour my nose, sculpt it out. I don't like a really skinny nose, but you know, a little snatch ain't never hurt nobody. Once I have the product applied, I'm just going in with an angled blending brush and I'm just going to pat it in. Once it's patted in enough, I'm going to follow up with that sponge just to further blend it in. Again, I said we do not want any harsh lines on our face, so I'm taking my time. I'm blending everything in, and I want everything to melt together. Look at that nose. That nose do not smooth. Now I'm finished blending out my contour, so I'm going in with a Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm just buffing out that concealer. Do y'all see how smooth and flawless this concealer is? Like, oh my god, it blended so easily. I really love this concealer. This is my new go-to. So I want to make sure that my concealer and my contour are blending well together. So I'm going to go back in with that contour brush. I'm not putting any additional product. I'm just using whatever is on there. And I'll make sure that they blend well together. And I'm going to do the same with the under eye. And I just really amazed by this concealer. Like, I am in awe. I loved how my face turned out. Everything really was flawless. I was feeling, did y'all see how I just whipped my hair back and forth?
Done, work come over. We just need to slow the motion.
At this point, I was blending for my life with their Real Technique setting brush. So I switched off and I got my e.l.f. sponge. When I say y'all, e.l.f. is really underrated. Make sure y'all have y'all some e.l.f. products in their kit. My e.l.f. sponge is already damp, so I'm just going in. I'm just further blending out that concealer. I want my face to really look smooth and soft, and that's what it's giving. Look at that. And I'm going to follow up with that contour brush again. Make sure everything is blended well together. And this look is coming along so good. I look so pretty. I was really excited. I was feeling it. It's giving face. It's giving everything it needed to be gave. Look how that face is snatched up in this chisel. Look like I've been to the gym. I ain't been to the gym in 3 months. It's the makeup. It's the makeup. When I'm done everything, I go back in with their Real Technique cheek brush, and I just make sure that all of my products in my face are blended out to perfection, and it's really giving smooth. I love this. I'm just sitting back watching this like, oh wow, you did that. You did your big one, honey. Now it's my favorite part of the makeup, cream blush. If you follow me on Instagram, you know how I rave about cream blush. Like, if I was to die today tomorrow, I want to come back as a cream blush because that's how much cream blush means to me. It looks like I'm adding a lot, and that's because I am. Blush is the first thing on the face to fade, so I might as well layer up while I can. The blushes that I'm using are e.l.f. Putty blush in the shades Bora and Caribbean, and I'm going in with the e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm just going to apply this right on top of my contour, and I'm going in and I'm blending. I'm blending for my life, and it looks so pretty. Cream blush really offsets the makeup. Like, it's so pretty, and all you'll have to do is just put the powder blush right on top, and boom, it's a bead. Look at that. It's so pretty. Whenever it's time for me to apply the cream blush, I get so hot. You see I'm like smiling. I love it. I love it. There's no such thing as too much blush. You can never over blush. Put as much blush as you possibly can. Go in and put 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer, 4 layer. It don't even matter. Layer up. Like it's the winter time. You know, when it's 1 degree outside, you layer up. Layer up on that blush because it's going to fade. So make sure you have some longevity.
Front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. Look, don't invite me over if you throw another pretty party.
The blending process is now complete, and it's time for me to set my makeup. So I'm going in with a KayLuxe Celebrity Powder, and I'm applying this directly on top of that concealer that I put in my under eye. I'm applying this product in layers because I do not want it to be cakey, and I don't want to have any flashback on camera. I just take my time and I apply it and I build it up. If you don't know about these triangle sponges, then you know now. Everybody needs to have these in their kit. When I'm talking about flawless under eye, yeah, these press the product in so well. If you're looking for that filtered look, these sponges will give you what you're looking for. I found these on Amazon in a pack. I think they were maybe like $8 or $9, but the pack was pretty hefty. So I will link them below. Please add these to your kit. It will change the whole dynamic of your makeup, I promise. I set the remainder of my makeup with one of my favorite face powders, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powders. I'm using the shade 320 and also the shades 330. I love these powders because they are super duper affordable and they are very slept on. Like, if you know about these powders, then you know. Look at the kind of finish that it's giving off. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I love me a matte face, and this is what it's giving. It's giving matte. I'm using a fluffy brush, and this brush is from BH Cosmetics. Now I'm going to set my contour into place, and I'm using those same bronzers that I used from Raine. I'm bronzing my face with the shade Charming Chai, and I'm applying that with a angled contour brush from Morphe. I want to bring some warmth back into my face since we applied some powders. I'm applying a couple layers because I like to build up my contour. I like my face to be snatched and chiseled, and once it's shaped the way I want it to be, I'm going to go in with that triangle sponge again, and I'm going to cut my contour. I'm going to set everywhere where I place my cream contour. So now you'll see I'm moving on to my forehead. I'm going to do my other cheek as well. I'm applying a fair amount because I mentioned all the powders that we put down, and you know, we just don't want the face to appear flat on camera. Once this cheek is done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this side. You know, cut. The face is snatched. I'm going to pause for a second so y'all can see. I'm going to set my nose contour into place using that same angle brush that I used earlier. I'm using Charming Chai to set it. And I'm just, you know, taking my time, making sure my nose is sculpted and snatched. And once that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to touch up that waterline eyeliner and eyeshadow duo that I did. I want this to be smoked out, and I want them two colors to blend well together. So I'm just going to touch it up, make sure I didn't lose any of that brown that I put to smoke out that eyeliner. To enhance my cream blush, I'm going in with the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. I'm using the top two shades, that pink and orange shade, to create my perfect blush. And like I said, y'all, I over blush. Yes, I applied layers and layers and layers. I had to cut some off camera because I could be applying blush all day. And then I'm going to go in with a clean blending brush, and I'm going to pat the rest of that under eye setting powder in, and this will give my face just a filtered, smooth, matte finish. I'm using a makeup wipe to remove any of that foundation that may have been on my lip from when I was blending. I don't want to have any of the foundation lingering because it's going to change the color of my lip gloss, and I don't want that to happen. My perfect lip, I like to use lipstick instead of lip liner. I feel like it makes the lip last longer. So I'm going in with the two shades Jonte Blue Malted Chocolate and Forever Matte Choco Craze to line my lips. And I just do like a thin line, and I pat them together, and I'm going to use a pretty lipstick in the middle. And this shade is from Maybelline, and the color is called Loyalist. It's one of their SuperStay lipsticks. I love this combo together because it's so pretty. I love pink. Pink is my favorite color, so I love it. The key to getting the perfect ombre lip is to pat your lips together and not smear them together. That is a pet peeve of mine, when somebody smear them lips together after I done spent a good old 3 minutes getting that ombre right. How dare you? Coming through with that Morphe Continuous Setting Mist to break down all the powders and everything that I have put on my face. And the beat was flawless. It's the soft glam for me. It's the makeup artist for me. You see, she feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm talking about she. I'm talking about me feeling it. I look so pretty. I hope you guys love this tutorial here by me, by the way. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get into that face, period.